Who in the hell's idea was this? This is complete ludicrous. But I tell you what, that boy's smarter than 2 German shepherds doing a drug bust.
Operation. Web just touched down.
Turn this motherfucker.
All the big girls say.
Oh yeah.
Big dog.
Who is a damn podcast? Boy, if you are done playing, can we please start the show? Well, at least let me shout out.
Shooter on the beat.
Let's talk about it.
Doing, making a whole scene and saying, big dog, about to bring the motherfucking pain, lock it in, lock it in, lock it in, lock it in, lock it in.
I ain't got the knives. There's a shortage on forks and spoons and knives and other sharp objects, so I just had to go full battalion with my regulars. I present to you Fat Freddy. Anywho. That's Halloween, people. Yeah. Woo! And all of that. Other good stuff. You heard me? Yeah.
Turn up!
Come on, man. Chill out. Turn it up! Ah! 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 You feel me? Yo, man, he gonna hold you. Know what I mean? I'm moving on up while I'm getting close to doing my joints on the holidays. You feel me? So, having said that, you feel me? Shout out to my Freddy attire. You know what I mean? Shout out to my hat. It's a little bit of Freddy Krueger with a little bit of Jeepers Creepers.
What?
You feel? This here or there. This ain't about me and my attire. This is about the episode and the message that couldn't be flyer. Turn it up! Ah! 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 And then I ain't gonna hold it. I ain't gonna make this one too crazy, but it is something that needs to be discussed. And I felt like, since all y'all wanna be killers and all y'all young boys and gals think it's cool to fight and be killers and all this tough shit, I'd be Freddy today. Cause you little motherfuckers couldn't kill me in your dreams. Ah! Fat Freddy!
I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
Alright, man, chill. Alright, man, seriously.
You stupid.
Seriously.
Oh.
Today,
Boy, if your fat ass don't get it together, man, you gonna sit up here and die.
Ain't nobody gonna pat my back. Ain't nobody want me to
trick or
milk or
treat.
nothing.
Trick or
I
treat.
got treated.
I don't know which one you about
That's
to be,
what's
but you
about
can
to
finish this damn show.
Today we're going to talk about a situation that has started to become abruptly more noticeable, and it's starting to get a little chaotic. We're going to talk about you youngins and violence.
Are you done?
Didn't think I was going to give it to him. Anyway, well, I about lost my cougar hat. Cougar hat. Got you. But anyway, we're going to talk about the aggression a lot of y'all young kids have. You know what I'm talking about? I'm going to start here. I ain't going to hold you. I ain't going to play with none of y'all little young asses. Hey, listen. I ain't going to play with that. I'm going to just come out and ain't somebody need to say. I want their headpiece. Some of y'all are entirely too big for your age. I mean, there's just no way. I'm going to sit here and take you as a joke when you say, I'm going to kick your ass. Yeah. You better have two strong uncles and your daddy better be an ex-boxer, because I'm on your head. Oh shit! It's here nor there. I don't want to be this guy, so don't make me this way, children. That's all I'm saying. Don't try to use your size to bully people. I've seen it. I had to address it. And if you have been abused by one of these young bucks, I threw it out there. Yeah. It's got to stop. Can't keep using your fucking size to bully some of your elders.
Oh, son of a bitch!
But anyway, that's not my life. Thank God. Because it's some big... hey, listen. My daughter in high school now. And this motherfucker so big he won't pass the door. I hit him with one of these numbers. I was like, yeah, I don't like that thing. I know that young buck was capable of. That's something you probably would have told me live from live. You hear me? But that's here nor there. Let's get into the real deal. I'm gonna have fun with this episode. Listen, you can kiss a mule's ass if you think I'm not gonna have a good time today. Huh? I done pulled up on your ass. Fat Freddy. So you already know what the fuck's going on. Huh? Shout out to my lady, cause she a sucker. She looks at me and say, oh, that's nice, but you got a tap dance in class? Oh! Round of applause! Round of applause! Cause I'm on your headpiece. I'm on your headpiece. Soon as I get at it. But anyway, okay, let's get into it. I didn't kill too much time playing with y'all. We're gonna talk about the aggression level that comes with some of these young bucks. Now listen, dig this, man. I do understand every kid doesn't come from the same, you know what I'm talking about, environment where, you know what I mean, it's stable, or, you know what I mean, it's secure, or, you know what I'm talking about, they're around people who can be trusted with them and so forth. And, you know what I mean, kids go through different battles, you know what I mean, certain kids hoard certain emotions differently, you know what I'm talking about? And as adults, I think we know that because all our peers aren't the same. So just based off of that, I mean, what's going to be different with this generation? But the difference between these guys and us, man, these kids take a lot more to offense than we did. There's a lot of things that you can't say to these kids that's not going to send them over the edge the way we were taught to. And that's because we really had fear and respect for our elders. Now, that didn't make us hoes and soft or pussies and none of that. That just made us some people who have respect. Young kids these days, they ain't playing by the rules.
Let's talk about it.
And I honestly feel like it's because the parents are getting younger. Now, me personally, who is a young parent, you know what I'm talking about, my daughter literally being half my age, which I'm not going to disclose my age, because I don't want you to think it's something that's your business. You heard me? It ain't your business. But if you know, you know. So just know there, man, for the most part, my child, you know what I mean, I look at her as a window of what I view her peers as. Now, you know what I'm talking about? My daughter, she did my book. And I use my daughter primarily because, you know what I mean, she's older. She's closer to the crowds of kids that can get more severe punishment. You know what I'm talking about? So when I look at the group of peers, you know what I mean, and the things that she says she sees, and the things that I hear about these kids are doing at her age and talking like at her age, bro. These kids is rough. These kids is rough, bro. Like, you know what I'm talking about? I have to constantly let her know you can't be mad about certain things with certain kids and certain things you see, because everybody doesn't have the privilege to what, you know what I mean, you became accustomed to. Now, it's not like we just living lavish and we got this crazy, you know what I'm talking about? No. But what I am saying, I have put her in a decent environment where she can be physically unharmed and mentally have, like, the space and peace of mind to know that she's okay, this is hers. You know what I'm talking about? Just the little things that come with peace. Personally, you know what I'm talking about? In your personal life. Who doesn't want to come to a place that they call home and be at peace? Some of these kids go home and they have barely minimum to none, or they're dealing with an abusive parents, or argumentative parents that are like, not the type of argumentative where it's a productive or constructive argument, the type of argument where, like, they mad at the world and society and how they got treated, so they're going to take it out on the people that's weaker, that they're closer to, which is their kids. You know what I'm talking about? And then these kids have to instill, you know what I'm talking about? Or worse, you know what I'm talking about? And you know what and worse is, you know what I'm talking about? Some of these kids, male and female, may go to certain environments that they have to call home and are being touched. And don't know how to express that. And that anger you have to have an outlet for that anger through something. Whether it's, you know what I mean, some type of hobby, occupation, you know what I'm talking about, recreational activity. And if you don't have one, that you take it out on people. It comes out on people. It comes out on people. People are going to be your first target because you have nothing else to focus that frustration or anger towards. So, looking at that, just looking at the variables of what that is, you know what I mean? Like, you got to understand, it takes a lot of patience to deal with these kids these days, because they'll never let you know their mindset. But these kids are honest. I will say this, man. These kids are a lot more honest as far as in tune with their emotions than we were. Because a kid these days are quick to tell you why they're angry.
Yep.
We wouldn't do that.
Nope.
Like, we was stubborn. You know what I'm talking about? I'm alright. Move if I snuff the shit out you. But then you just say you was out, why you gonna snuff me? Because I can. You may pass. You may pass. So if you ever think I'm just trying to get in the attic, I don't want no static. You know what I'm talking about? So listen, think this, man. As I'm, you know what I mean, going over certain things that I remember as a young man, you know what I mean, I look at some of the reasons that I could have been mad, but I chose to, you know what I mean, turn that into something productive through recreational sports. Like, you know what I'm talking about, like playing basketball or just spending time with the homies playing games, video games, or watching, you know what I'm talking, watching movies or chilling with my lady, like things that took my mind off things that could have caused me stress and pressure. And shout out to the people that, you know what I mean, raised me, because it took a village. You hear me? I ain't gonna hold you. It just didn't take, like, it just was me and my mom, or just me and my grandma, or, you know what I'm talking about, like some of these kids have, or just me and my dad. It wasn't just me and one other person or two other people. It was actually like a village of people who raised me, G. And I'm grateful for that. You hear me? Like, I have to acknowledge them every time I get a chance. So it's just like, it took my uncles, you know what I'm talking about? It took my grandpa, who was like my dad. You know what I'm talking about? And my uncles, who were like my dad. You know what I'm talking about? And my grandma, who was like, you know what I mean, my second mom. You know what I mean? I had aunts who looked out for me. You know what I'm talking about? Like, it took all of that for one kid. And this is the problem. My cousin said the realest thing to me one day. I was kicking it to her, man. And I was just reflecting over, you know what I'm talking about? Just like the difference between kids then and now. And like the support we had coming up. And she said the realest shit, man. She said the problem is the village is gone. Think about that. If you an 80 baby on back, I say 93 on back. If you 93 on back, you know what that means. The village is gone. A lot of these kids don't have the village no more. They only have the, you know what I mean, a couple members out the tribe now. It ain't the village no more. It's a couple tribe members. And that's what the fucking problem is. A lot of these kids don't have those outlets of people and family or friends that are consistent in their lives for them to be able to communicate their anger, their frustration, their disappointment, their fears. You know what I'm talking about? The things that they find important that nobody else does. A lot of, like, what you tell one person might not be interesting, but if you got this person, you getting it off you. You getting them layers of something off you. And that's where the village comes in. Different people in my village play different parts. Everybody wasn't the same. Because don't get me wrong, they could all be bullets at times. But it was for their own reasons of what they were doing for me to raise me. Or when they had the time to give to me the things they were doing to instill certain levels of moral in me. So it was never like, you know what I'm talking about, the type of thing where, damn. Yeah, I'm sorry, G. I get a little emotional when I think of like, damn, the lack thereof when it comes to these kids, cause that's real, bro. The village gone, man. The village gone. The village gone, man. If you got a kid right now, current day, man. If something happened to you right now, how many people realistically gonna help you when you gone with that kid or look out for that kid? Think about it. I'm just gonna keep it hot. I ain't trying to drag nobody motherfucking swag, but it's just like, at the end of the day, man, we was gonna talk about some real shit regardless if we're gonna talk about this topic because it's real. If you have a kid, if you are a kid right now, currently, and you out here doing stupid stuff, and you out here running around making it, it's all fun and games now. If something happened to your parent right now, and you know you ain't out here doing what you supposed to do, and your parents that did everything they could, or your parent that did everything they could, or your grandma, grandpa, or whomever, or your uncle or aunties, I'm gonna try to name everybody, you know what I'm talking about, or your cousins, or whomever is responsible for you right now, is doing for you. What happens if something happens to them people? What happens with you? Who got your back? Who got your back? Now, if you getting angry, well, you need to evaluate how much you appreciate these folk now. It's just that simple. Because I think about often me as an adult right now, I ain't gonna hold you. I got sick not too long ago, me and my family. We all had a little situation, and I was down. You know what I'm talking about? I was like, you know what I mean? But when I seen how many people came together to look out for me and my family, it furthermore reminded me of that village that I'm still a part of. See, now, I'm not the child they're raising. I'm a part of the village, one of the village and tribe members that's helping the next child or the next children. That's the special thing about life. You grow up to be one of the tribe members who continue the cycle of helping. And we don't have that no more. Everybody's so about them. Everybody's so about them. You know what I'm talking about? And that forces you to be about you. I ain't gonna hold you. That's the mindset that comes with that. When you start realizing that you helping, and you ain't getting the same thing back for the members of your tribe, it becomes like, yo, it's okay, it is what it is. But you know what I'm talking about? That's the stigma and cycle we have to break now because it's hurting these kids.
Facts.
It's hurting these kids. And when it comes to a lot of things I can do better, that's just me being G about me and my things in my personal life. And all that good stuff. Because I know I click well with kids. I really do. Like, I really do. I click well with kids. And it's not like something that's forced or anything. Kids genuinely love when I come around because I show true love to kids that I love. I hug and kiss them. I let them know, G, you love. I use that word so, like, frequently that a kid who, even if they haven't seen me current day, when they look at me, they already know. This is a motherfucker that love me. You know what I'm talking about? I know if something getting too crazy, I know he got me. And that's how I'm supposed to be. Like, there's people I ain't seen in years, but I know if I see them right now, the people that was part of that tribe, I know if I see them now, they still got me. Ain't nothing changed. So these kids don't have that. That's a lot. These kids going and taking out people at these schools now.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
And it's not white. It's not black. It's not just, it's all of them, dog. Look, this is a whole issue.
Let's talk about
There's not just one color tied to this thing no more.
Nope.
We can't just say, motherfucking, the white kids is going to shoot up schools and doing all this crazy stuff. We can't just say these little black kids who look like thugs are causing all the problems anymore and they're potentially going to hurt or shoot up and stuff. No, bro, we can't do that no more, man. Because nobody's taking the initiative of why.
Amen to that
Some of these kids get way too much leeway. Some of these kids, y'all let talk to y'all any type of fucking way, and y'all not preparing them for society. And this is what I tell my kids often. I'm hard on you now. I'm hard on you now. Because if I'm not hard on you, society will be. And when society get his hands on your ass, it's going to be different. You're going to be wishing you could have took my mouth and the things that came with the anger I caused you and prepped you for being patient with real life scenarios. Because when you get out here in the real world, ma'am, young ma'am, or sir, it's not going to be what you want. It's not going to be your rules. It's not going to be on your time. It's not going to be your game. You're not going to have it like that. And that's where the frustration comes in getting the message through to some of these kids. Some of these kids, it's not that they don't have a tribe. It's that they want to leave the village.
No, don't do it.
They already think they grown. They already think they ready to be a part of the real world. So what I need the village for, I'm ready for this. Until they see they not ready for this. So why let it go that far? Why let it go that far, man? And that's where the frustration with how I feel about certain things comes in. Because it's just like, a lot of these kids are, man, some of these kids are dope. A lot of you guys are dope. Young ma'am or sir. A lot of y'all are so dope, but y'all got so much anger and hell and sneakiness built up in y'all. Now I'm talking about me being a father right now in this generation, man, it's a gift and a curse because I'm hip to everything that's going on, but it's a curse because I'm hip to what the fuck is going on. Oh. You know what I mean? I know the sneakiness level, the manipulation level, the mindset of thinking that you're ready for something. I know what that is. I know what it looked like. So when I identify it and I get frustrated with it, and you know what I'm talking about? Like, shout out to all the people who have assisted with my children in general.
That's what I'm talking about.
And been a part of their tribe. Because I'm raising the type of household full of kids where respect is mandatory. Respect is mandatory. Etiquette and moral is mandatory. You're not just going to get out here talking to grown folk in any type of way.
Nope.
You're not going to conduct yourself the way you think you want to if it's not appropriate.
Nope.
You're not going to talk a certain way if it's not appropriate.
Nope.
You're not going to get out here thinking everything's on your time. Nobody owes you shit. You're a child. You're a child. Champ, you ain't paying for no motherfucking socks you got on your motherfucking feet. I dare you to think that you are in charge of anything here. And a lot of y'all parents don't run y'all motherfucking households with that type of mentality. Y'all let these kids make those decisions for y'all. And I give my kid the type of leeway where I have to give her as a young adult. I can't keep her on the string like I used to because I'm a strangler. I'm a strangler. Yeah, these kids get a little older, they feel like they just ready for so much, so you got to loosen up that leash just enough for you to be able to see where they're at, but let them feel free enough to move around. Cause you know, if I let you get out the leash and you run wild, you gonna run into some shit you're gonna get lost out there. You're gonna get lost out there. I'm trying to tell. Take it from an adult who's still having to learn, live, and love through certain unfortunate situations and regret of certain situations. There's no reason for you to take losses when somebody done took them for you. Just listen. Just listen. You hear me? It's somebody's son or daughter sitting in the jail right now for between 5 years to life because a 10-minute conversation that they didn't want to have is the reason why something wasn't embedded in their mind and that more wasn't instilled in them, and they went out and did some more stupid shit, and now they got to spend 5 years to life probably for doing some more stupid shit that they didn't have time for to listen. Facts. Young people, it's time for y'all to understand. Be what you are at the pace that is given. You just don't wake up one day a certain age for a reason. You wake up day by day with a chance to keep growing for a reason. You don't wake up the age and the appearance and, you know what I'm talking about, the mindset and the financial stability that you want for a reason. You have to work towards that. And if you have people doing that for you, why are you running from it? Why are you running from it? Why are you feeling like you already know what they know when you ain't been here long enough to know a fourth of that shit?
Why are you running?
Why are you running? I'm just somebody who had to go through real life, figure it out, understand that it's easy to listen and take heed and learn from other people's losses and get to where you want to go and exceed those places that they couldn't get to, versus to doing the same shit they did and becoming an even lower value than what they became. You got it because you're grown. You know every fucking thing. But that's why your ass sitting over there suffering over some bullshit now because you think you know everything. But that's here nor there, young man, young woman. If you got guidance in your life right now, it's best that you start abiding and taking heed. And I understand this is the horrible part about a lot of things, man. Now, this how funny life is. I'm talking all this shit, right? This how funny life is. This is the portion of the show where, you know what I'm talking about? Because I'm going to wrap it up soon, man. I'm just going to make y'all think. Now, listen. Why is it that our kids, hear me out too, why is it that our kids that come from poverty and don't have certain things and certain, you know what I mean, certain materialistic values of an appearance have more conduct and moral than the people's kids who are given all the essential tools and resources to be successful early in life? How is it that those kids are the ones that go to school and yes ma'am, no ma'am, and this is white and black, Spanish, whatever? Why is it that those kids go to school way more respectful than the kids that already have the tools to succeed? Okay. Even better question, because first of all, that's not saying kids from poverty don't. Yeah, kids from poverty gonna do what kids from poverty do. But I will say this, man: a kid that has less in life, who has to go through certain things, they have more respect for life early in the game. That's what I'm saying all that to say. When you keep giving the kid whatever they want and thinking that you being a good father means that you got to give this kid whatever it desires. You ruining that kid. You ruining that kid. You making that kid feel like everything and everybody in this world gonna submit to him or her and bow out to what they want when they want it. And if they can't get it, they gonna show certain colors and aspects of that. See, y'all the ones creating the monsters. It's not just these kids. It's not just these kids. That goes for, like I said, white, black, Spanish, hell, Indian, Korean, Asian. I don't give a shit what ratio. You got this. It's got to be a point. The realest thing my mama did for me and my siblings growing up, man, she busted her tail. I love you, beautiful. She busted her tail and she made sure we had all the things we needed. Oh. You know what I'm talking about? So when it was something that we wanted, and she did come through with that, it's something we cherish. It wasn't something that we took lightly or, oh yeah, you know what I'm talking about? No. We knew what came with her sacrifice for her to get that for us. You know what I'm talking about? We knew what that meant for her to do that for us. So that's something we didn't take. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, mom. You know what I'm talking about? Listen, it's got to get back to that level of respect. You know what I'm talking about? I know some of y'all done had kids early and some of y'all grandparents early, and y'all don't want to be called sir and ma'am and all this shit. Hey, listen, it's not about you. I see that shit all the time. Little kids trying to be respectful. I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry, ma'am. You ain't got to call me. No, shut the fuck up. Because yes, they do. Yes, they do. They need to call you sir and ma'am out of respect, of acknowledgement. It's not about you. Don't make that kid feel like it's wrong for them to say that shit to you, and you fuck it up to the person who looking at that child in the manner of where that respect should be given.
Facts.
Don't do that. So when the child tells you that, you say thank you, but you can call me such and such. Just say that. Don't tell them they don't have to say that shit. Because in the world that I live in, that sir and ma'am get you a long way with whomever is a successful person. Let me tell you the realest shit, man. I was somewhere out and about, right? I forgot what the fuck I was, man. I'm talking about. And I seen this little kid. You hear me? Like, now coming up, I was always the little kid, the yes sir, no ma'am, nothing. Talking about like real super respectful. My mama didn't play that shit. Like, my mama get on your headpiece. You know what I'm talking about? Like, she didn't play that shit. Like, you gonna show respect if you my mama child. And that's just life. that's just what life was. But it never made me feel anything less than like a respectful young man to say stuff like that. So one day, like I was saying, get back to the store, I was at the store, and this young dude, he had to be like 12 or 13. He's a young little black dude. You know what I mean? Middle class, you know what I mean? Maybe low to middle class looking young man. You know what I'm talking about? Not judging his appearance, I'm just going off, you know what I'm talking about? The vibe of spirit he had going on. You know what I'm talking about? Like he was just real grateful. Like I said, like I feel like most young kids from poverty are just the most respectfulest, like appreciative kids. G, I ain't gonna hold you. That's just how I feel. And that's because life has shown me that shit. Like a kid who fuck around, high class, you fuck around and tell them, hey young man, fuck off. That motherfucker cuz you smooth out over. Okay, have a best day.
Hey, okay, I see you choosing the hard way.
Fucking respect for you, man. This little motherfucker he go outside, he drove off in the Benz. Hello. You get back in your goddamn Buick Avenue. Hello. Shit on there. I ain't got a Buick Avenue, but if you got a Buick Avenue, I don't mean those. I don't mean no goddamn horn. Because I was a lovely car. Man, they're spacious. But anyway, the young buck, you know what I'm talking about? I bumped into him. You know what I mean? I ain't just bumping into him. I get that motherfucker one of them Shaq in the paint. Lakers 2001.
Jesus Christ.
By accident, though. I was trying to maneuver, and young buck was on my hip. And I played a lot of basketball in my day. And I trigger. Got him off me. So young buck, he kind of, you know what I'm talking about? He kind of flew back. And when he flew back, he hit his back on whatever. I ain't, you know what I'm talking about? We ain't gonna go into detail. Yeah. But when he flew back, like I was like, oh shit, you know what I'm talking about? I'm sorry, young blood. Look, that's how I know I'm getting older. I be saying that shit often. Oh, I'm sorry, young blood. I mean that. I done called that young buck young blood. Hey, look at the hat. Hello. See who I am right now. So, when I bumped the young buck, man, he was like, nah, I'm sorry, sir, yada, yada. And I knocked the shit out of his hand. Whatever the fuck he had in his hand, I mean, that shit was no mouse. Like, he had to gather shit. That's how I know I hit that motherfucker. This nigga was gathering shit. This nigga was like, uh-oh. I had the young buck get his stuff on. He was like, nah, sir, I shouldn't have been there, yada, yada. I should have been paying more attention. Like, everything he said, he was putting a sir on that shit. Oh. I'm looking at this little, I'm like, yo, man, you know what I'm talking about? Like, fuck all that, man. Like, I'm just looking at the respect barrier. Now, this is what that made me feel. This is what that made me feel. So I seen what the little dude had in his hands. Like, he had, like, you know what I mean, little $15, $20 worth of shit, man. You know what I'm talking about? Like, so I just watched to see what the little dude was buying. You know what I'm talking about? I just wanted to see what the little dude was buying, man. You know what I'm talking about? And the little dude, you know what I'm talking about, he went to the register. And when he got to the register, I just screwed out the way. I said, little dude, I said, whatever he got, just put it with mine. Oh. He was like, no, sir, you don't got to do that. I said, gee, put it with mine.
Why? Why?
That's what respect got that young man. That's what respect got that young man. You hear me? I don't know him. I don't know his family. I don't know shit about him. I know I gave him that Shaquille. Yeah, Shackton. Hello, somebody. The big cactus. Huh. That's what the fuck I gave him. Put them bows on the young buck. But that ain't why I paid for his stuff. I paid for that young man's stuff because he was raised right. Somebody raised that little dude good enough. And listen, the whole time I was having this moment with this young buck, I didn't see no adults pull up or none of that. So this was just him being him. And when I realized, yo, this shit still exists, it was in my heart to do what I did for that young man. To encourage him to understand, if you play your cards right in life, sir, you hear me? That respect gonna take you somewhere. Somebody like myself on a higher caliber gonna see that, and they gonna utilize you in your spirit, in your energy, in your moral, in your conduct, and put you in a position where you never thought you could just because you was humble. You was respectful.
Message.
So to all y'all kids out there thinking it's cool to be all this extra tough and gangster shit and fighting and throwing up all these signs and shit, I mean, hey, get it how you live. But just know this, man, none of that shit don't mean nothing if you can't motherfucking be somebody who show respect and know when to turn that shit on and off. You understand me? The biggest gift and curse in this life I ever had was being a gangster gentleman. I ain't gonna hold you because nobody ever should have looked at me like I'm tough. No, and I don't think people do. People don't look at me. Niggas look at me like I'm the funny big guy. And I like that. I want it like that. You hear me? I want everybody to think when they see me, oh man, here go this crazy motherfucker. That's the energy I prefer to give off than being the nigga in the room that everybody think gonna fight and shoot and go fuck up the party. That's not cool. Nope. But the crazy part is everybody know it's something about this motherfucker I ain't gonna go too far with. And that's when that gangster shit kick in. But I never disrespected. Listen, perception is everything. Perception is everything. If my mama only knew how far her kid would take it, if her kid was taking when it was some shit that would like actually call for real action. If she only knew the type of shit her son was capable of. But because I'm so respectful, because I'm so humble about somebody's shit, because I have such a sense of humor, nobody would ever look at me like that. And that's how I like I'm not, and I don't, I'm not, like I'm saying, I ain't out here on no crazy shit. Let's make that clear. But it's just a point of knowing when to turn that shit on and off, bro. It's not necessary for the world to think you're something of, you know what I mean, all this extra shit. Or affiliated to this and that all the time. It's not about that. It's about survival out here. And you survive by being somebody who can show love and respect. That don't make you no hoe or no bitch to bow out or bowing out and none of that shit. No, you don't bow out to nothing. But you be smart enough to understand, man. You got to grow up at some point if you lucky. If you lucky to get to a certain age. So some of that shit that you doing now, that's just going to be some shit that was a part of your life then. Be smart enough to show people love and respect now, because you don't know who's going to put you in position, young man and young woman. You know what I'm talking about? All that disrespect shit, that shit ain't it. That ain't it. That ain't going to get you where you want in life, man. I mean, a lot of y'all think it's cool to talk to your elders a certain way, and then them be the same ones you need.
What did you say?
Huh? Can I say that again, old heads? I said you talk shit to the same people at some point you gon' need. You go trade on them for a bunch of motherfuckers who don't have your best interest, use you, sop you dry, vampire the fuck out of you like you vampiring everybody else, and then you turn right back around and need the same people you cussed out or thought you was cussing the fuck out within a couple of weeks, months, or days. Make it make sense. So, with no further ado, man, I'm going to turn it off, man. Understand me? I just wanted to kick shit to my young people, man. You know what I mean? I felt like this is the proper message for Halloween, since, you know what I mean, I thought I silenced the violence a little bit. You know what I mean? But just giving them some real spill, man. You know what I'm talking about? There's a lot of y'all dope, y'all amazing. But some of y'all need to understand, man, respect will take you a long way. I done shook hands with a lot of admirable people because they can look at me and tell I'm a man of honor. You understand me? I'm somebody who cares and conducts himself like he deserves respect. And more so, somebody who gives it. If I don't like you or don't fuck with you, I just don't bother you or I don't come around or whatever. If that's the case, I'm not going to disrespect nobody. And I don't not like anybody. I don't have a problem with anybody. But it's just the point. Like, some of y'all do all this extra social media. Social media shit got to stop too, man. A lot of y'all put yourself in a lot of messed up situations on social media. Social media ain't for everything that's on your mind. It's really not. You know what I'm talking about? Like, some of y'all need to understand. Some of y'all people from y'all jobs be looking at y'all social media, whether y'all know that or not. So, with no further ado, once more, man, you know what I'm talking about? I just want y'all to be smart, be educated, and be aware. You didn't always gotta go out your way to prove that you this and that, man. Just be who you are, live your life. Laugh, love, live. You understand me? All that other shit is just other shit until it's necessary. You know what I'm talking about? So with no further ado, man, I'm gonna go ahead and check it out, man. You know what I'm talking about? It's your boy Fat Freddy. Your boy Fat Freddy, who stay ready, who loves his mouth spaghetti. You feel me?
Really,
Shout out to
nigga?
moms with that spaghetti and mac and cheese.
Boy, if you don't.
But that's it on there, man. All jokes aside, though, man. Man, damn, look, I done forgot what I'm saying playing with y'all, G. Nah, man, but no further ado, I'll leave y'all with those two lines, though, you heard me? Let's talk about it and be mature. It's your boy Mickey J, the Analyst, man. Y'all have a good, safe, and y'all parents expect them kids candy and don't eat them all. I know y'all be going through the bags, eating all them kids good candies. So, kids, you make sure that your parents ain't all your good candies, but let them inspect them damn bags. But y'all be safe, man. Love y'all. Until next time, happy Halloween. And don't be one that I found in my dreams. Fat Friday!